Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team.
This is Super Bowl 60, and we've got an outstanding matchup on tap. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Miami Dolphins taking on the champions from the NFC, the Atlanta Falcons. Brandon going along with Charles Davis, and what a season it's been for our AFC champions. And this was a fight just to get to the Super Bowl. You got to figure that they are very battle-tested and ready.
I'd agree with you 100% about that. You don't get there without having those types of attributes, and that's what you look for in a Super Bowl team. Character, confidence. These guys don't lack for either one of those. Now they're here. Now they're ready to win.
Meanwhile, our NFC champions, they have gone through a lot to get where they are. Everybody knows their story this season. What's the key for them as they start this Super Bowl?
Let's go full cliche on this one because it works. Remember what got you here. Been a winning formula all season long. This is a team that when we saw them in the preseason, we said they look like a group that has what it takes to be a Super Bowl winning team. And we've been proven right by what we've seen throughout the season.
On play action, here's Tua. He's going to take a shot right away. It's caught inside the 25. And mark him down all the way inside the Atlanta 20. A huge play there right off the bat. 57 yards. A real field. First down in the red zone.
The 16-yard line. Hey, 21 T8.
On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's second down. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And you know, I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to. And he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make...
A rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Well, this defense, they've been terrific all year, and they come through with a pick six here on the game's biggest stage.
Perfect descriptor there because we have seen this time and time again. This defense, their ability to take the ball away from teams, they definitely have a nose for the football, and it pays off again on that play.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Dolphins nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And not much happening on the return as they get this to about the 23.
Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
44. 22.
Again, it's Mixon. Falcons first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, they got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
From the gun, it's Tua. And he rifles one incomplete.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Turbo one, high. Eight.
Now Tua. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. So on 4th down, here's Jake Bailey to punt for the Dolphins. The Falcons send Jamal Agnew deep to return. And it's fielded at the 34. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already. And looking to throw, Penix. Short throw caught by Pitts. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now Penix. Going for Kyle Pitts again. He's got him again. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From the 21, here's 2nd down and 5. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Penix. That's complete to Mooney. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it 2nd down. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And he pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. Robinson will try to pick it up. Well, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
It's a gain of a yard. brings up 4th down and 1.
They get this out quickly to the left side. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Drake London from 4 yards out. And the Falcons will add to their first quarter lead here in the Super Bowl. Crew able to connect on the extra point. And it's now 14-0. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Turn up past the 30. And they'll have this all the way out to the 50-yard line. Excellent field position.
After return to midfield, I just wish we could open up the heads of the offensive and defensive coordinators, because right now the wheels have to be spinning because things just changed. Offensive playbook just opens up. And now on defense, do you play aggressively or do you lay back a little bit to try and calm things down?
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From midfield, here's Tua. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. How to get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. Now is 2nd and 10. Mixing up the middle. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. And this may be a big early turning point in this Super Bowl. They're going to go for it on 4th down here. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. Oh, his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Falcons will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
A turnover on down.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. That one handed off to start it out. Robinson. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
What an advantage having a lead guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd down and 9. To the air. Penix. Well, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Dolphins are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd have the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them, because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Appreciate everyone tonight. Time to begin the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis up in the booth as we get set to resume play. Ball on the 39. Here's the 2nd and 5.
44. Ready. Ready.
From the gun again to Mixon. A strong running. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 45 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Tua. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Going quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well. The offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Ready.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Whoa! Turbo 1, high.
On 3rd down, Nixon. And he's going to be brought down short of the 1st at about the 31-yard line. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here. They could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Looking to throw, Penix. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. So nothing doing there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down. On 4th down, Bradley Pinion on to punt for the Falcons. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Fights off the defender. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
This is caught at the 20. And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line.
1 yards on the play.
21G.
And the Dolphins first down.
Now Tua going to change the play.
10 at the 13-yard line.
Nixon with a first down carry. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 7 yards left for second down. Ball at the 10.
Brings up second and 7 at the 10-yard line.
Turbo 3, kick.
Here's Tua. This is caught. Touchdown. Nicole Hardman. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins are on the board here in this Super Bowl. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Kickoff for Miami.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Dolphins take over first and 10. At their own 34-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession in the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Shot for Robinson. And a pretty good burst there as he gets this across midfield and down to the 46. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
Kills, and it does it in so many different ways. In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run. 36 yards. They'll run with Robinson. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. Again, it'll be Robinson. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 3rd and goal, a big play in this Super Bowl.
Here we go, set. 19, 18. Let's go.
Robinson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
A 25-yard attempt.
Koo knocks this one through the post. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well,
yeah.
Right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
Running room at the 50. Look out. And a heck of a return as he goes out of bounds across the 50 inside the 45.
In just about every special teams meeting, there's a discussion with the punter about his importance. Why? He can flip the field for your team defensively, move it deep into their own territory, or if you're backed up on offense, and he can hit a big punt and change field position and help his defense. In this case, though, field position got flipped by the return team. You can do it so many different ways on special teams.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Solo left Zion. 18.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. It'll be Mixon on the out route as the pass is caught. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw.
26 yards.
Oh, Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons will take over here at their own 12-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Let's go. Rocco 80.
So 2 quarters in the books here in Santa Clara. The Super Bowl 60 halftime straight ahead with Scott Hanson.
Jason Sanders.
These 2 teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And I would imagine this is where you have to take stock of the situation, CD, and say, gosh, we're halfway to the Lombardi Trophy. Let's not slow down now.
And I like the way you went there. Let's not slow down now, because the first half certainly went their way. And I would expect him to continue that type of a game plan, but you're right. You do think back to Super Bowl 54. 49ers had a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter, couldn't hold on, so plenty can still happen.
They'll throw with Penix. And caught by London. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And it's second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 41-yard line.
They'll run this one right with Robinson. Runs through the contact. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 55 yards rushing for him now to this point.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
On third down, Robinson. That is not going to be any help as they duck him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up fourth. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. So they snap it straight to the up man. What's his responsibility? Normally, obviously, just to protect, but he's got to be a guy that can be pretty agile too, right?
Yeah, without a doubt, because you're talking about a guy, even in protection, he may have to slide up and down the line of scrimmage to pick up someone who comes through trying to block a punt. So you know he's got that ability to move, but oftentimes it's a running back, a fullback, someone who's used to having the ball in their hands, and he's able to pick up the first down.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's second down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Here's Penix. Forced out to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw here. Looking for London on the out route complete. So the completion. 4th down.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch a game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
They'll run for it with Robinson. And they're going to stop him on 4th and 1 as he'll wind up going backwards. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Tua going to throw. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. From the 43, here's second down and 1.
Brings up second and 1 at the 43-yard line.
Tua sets up to pass it. That's going to be caught by Waddle. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Looking to pass. Tua. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Steps away to his left. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down.
20, TX. Ready. Ready. Double one, high.
From the gun, it's Tua. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Falcons will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. When I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
That's out wide here for Robinson. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 44-yard line.
Now Penix. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Nothing open downfield. He had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And looking to throw, Penix. Got a man, it's London. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 4th down. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Ready.
Now Tua. That one complete to Hill. Now inside the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 65 yards. And the Dolphins have cut it back within a score. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 35.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. 56 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On third down, Penix from the gun. Connection made on the out route to Valdez-Scantling. It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the first. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Up next, the biggest quarter of the entire season. At the end of that, we get to crown a champion. We are through 3 here in Super Bowl 60. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. To the air, Penix. That's complete to Mooney. And he will cover up as he's touched down after a short gain.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left. He tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
The Falcons on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Look in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have the Falcons first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Looking to throw, Penix. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turned it into a successful play.
A quick throw outline to Mooney. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. On the bootleg, it's Penix. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Dolphins are right back in this football game. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, in that situation, sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Watch it, Oscar.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. His second catch in the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Dolphins have regained the lead in the second half of this Super Bowl. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will make this a 4-point game. A dangerous return man showing it here. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And we're at the time in the Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the fourth quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Number 44 now. Here's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 44-yard line.
Penix working out of the gun here. A quick throw there is incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Here's Penix. And now another one thrown incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down. They'll go for it. Here's Penix. That is caught. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
They'll throw with Penix. Throws right back to London. Complete again. Now 2nd and 3.
It's a game of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Dolphins' 18-yard line.
To throw again is Penix. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 78 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Looking to throw. is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Hayden Hurst there to make the grab. And the Falcons answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10.
Ready. Whoa. 21G, 21G.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Catch is made by Hardman. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Watson, Oscar. All right, come on. Turbo one. Wait.
Tua. That'll be caught by Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
45-yard line.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here.
Pardon, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 35-yard line.
Now 2nd down and a few inches.
Get set. Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion. Hey.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
I think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. Here's a give to Mixon. Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Here's 2nd down. Tua getting it quickly out to Waddle. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. What a Super Bowl it's been to this point. Now a critical 3rd down here. Being chased out left. And Tua going to slide to a halt, but he will have the 1st down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here we go, 1st and goal. Mixon is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
Get set.
Another try for Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left.
Up the highest metric. The city just made it sweet. You could diabetic. They mouth you full of deceit. Let these cowards tell it. Walk in New Orleans with the end get the LA yelling. Second bad, but somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas.
Third down and goal coming up here.
Ready. Hey, 21 TX.
Now Tua. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Maybe some temptation here to try to go for the win, but I think you got to kick the field goal.
I agree totally. When you look at the time left on the clock, that's not a spot where you take the gamble. Go ahead and kick the field goal here and take it from there.
So a money kick there in the final seconds, and now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
They couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. Falcons have to be thinking, here we go again. But this time they'll get the ball first here in overtime as this Super Bowl is back underway. And no return here to begin the overtime session. That'll be a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, CD certainly doesn't get any more exciting than this. Overtime in the postseason. Of course, keep in mind things are different than the old way it was. In the playoffs now, both teams guaranteed a possession, so a touchdown here, if they get one, the ball game will not be over.
And partners, we both know many people called for this change before, and they finally got it. After the Buffalo-Kansas City Classic in the 2022 playoffs, Patrick Mahomes and KC, they scored first. Game over. Josh Allen and Bills never touched the football. People hated that. Now if the game reaches OT, every playoff team has a chance to fight to extend their season. So the plan has got to be, if you win the toss and you take the ball, reach the end zone and score, and put as much pressure on your opponent as possible to try and win a game in OT in the playoffs.
And this will be caught by Mooney. Still going inside the 20. And this is a touchdown. Now, it's not over yet, but they draw first blood here in this overtime. And Charles, that touchdown alone doesn't win him the game anymore with the rule changes in overtime in the postseason. But they still went down, scored, got the job done, and now they put it in the hands of their defense.
And with the other side now guaranteed an overtime possession, getting that score was vital. The pressure's now on their opponent, and their defense, they have to play off the momentum the offense generated. One stop, and they end this game.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. first down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Well, CD, in the regular season, they would already be celebrating. Not so simple here in the playoffs. Now they also need to make a defensive stand if they want to pick up the victory.
Yeah, I'm sure the team would be in favor of just taking the win right now. But in a small way, those defenders are also kind of happy for the rule change because now, on the big stage of postseason, they're the ones who can come out here and lock down the victory.
Oh, it's intercepted. That'll seal it. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. And it's over. The Lombardi Trophy belongs to the Falcons. Yes, the Atlanta Falcons are the Super Bowl champions. For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi Trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. The accomplishment, forever.
Commissioner Goodell going to make the presentation of the Lombardi Trophy to the Atlanta Falcons. They are your Super Bowl 60 champions. So that'll conclude another captivating season of the NFL on EA Sports. So for Charles Davis and all the hardworking men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying good night from Santa Clara.